Hello everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Review. How was your Christmas? Happy Boxing Day! So today we are going to let go of Christmas a little bit and we're gonna focus on the new year, of course. So we are talking about two marvelous Korean films that are just perfect for the new year season. So we'll be reviewing a Year-End Medley and New Year Blues. Are you ready? So these reviews are spoiler free, so you can watch the reviews and then go watch the films. Not a problem at all, so relax. So first we'll be talking about the lovely Year-End Medley. So a Year-End Medley follows the Love Actually formula and improves it tenfold. So it tells the story of 14 different people who are somehow related to this luxurious hotel in Seoul called Hotel Emros. From the CEO to the porter, the narrative of a Year-End Medley weaves together their hopes, struggles, and of course romances to create this very light-hearted film, but very relatable film as well. In a Year-End Medley, the hotel functions as this tiny depiction of human life. So each character symbolizes the diversity of human experiences. A Year-End Medley is not just about the magic of falling in and sometimes out of love under the mistletoe. A Year-End Medley is about people who dread the new year because they are scared that the new year is just gonna be 365 days of the same repetitions, of the same failings. It's about people who have to balance their dreams with the reality of bills to pay and short-term working contracts. You know, it's not just about love in the romantic sense, not at all. I think a Year-End Medley doesn't really put romance in the spotlight. Actually, I think my favorite stories in a Year-End Medley probably are the ones that have nothing to do with romance. But the thing is, a Year-End Medley talks about love in a more general sense. Of course, romantic, but also platonic and also familial. So they talk about the love between siblings, the love between friends, which is absolutely wonderful to watch. Most importantly, a Year-End Medley talks about a sense of self-love. Because I think we all know that our sense of self-love sort of wavers at the end of the year. After all, you start thinking, you know, next year I'm gonna be older and my life is still, you know, not what I wanted it to be. So we have those moments at the end of the year. A Year-End Medley actually strikes the perfect balance between gaiety and depth, offering this very comforting story, a story that shares this warm sense of optimism and hope that, you know, encourages us to face the new year. I think by showing this very wide range of relationships and dynamics and realities, the film dodges an overly sweet, an overly sugary tale, and instead proposes these very touching and incredibly wholesome experience that will, of course, leave you with a big smile on your face. A Year-End Medley is directed by Kwak Jae-young and he directs the film with such contagious joy, which I think that's why you can't really feel the runtime. A Year-End Medley is fairly long, especially considering that this is let's say a romantic comedy of sorts, a holiday film. The film is 2 hours and almost 20 minutes long, so it's a quite long film, but it's just so entertaining and so lovely. I'm very picky when it comes to long films, but I didn't feel it at all. It's just so entertaining, that you don't really feel it. He gives the film very, very colorful cinematography, and he prioritizes medium and wide shots. I think he wanted to emphasize, the human connections, the connections between characters, and of course the beauty of the season. The production design was also very, very well made. You notice their care, the care for, they paid attention in the details. So it's really, really nice to watch. It's just such a pretty film. And when it comes to the score, I think despite a few very cliche choices, the original soundtrack is actually full of really nice diegetic songs. So you have a lot of songs that are used in the narrative. You can find the soundtrack on Spotify. So it's really, really nice to watch, also because of this musical side that they gave to the film. Of course, let's talk about the ultimate dream cast they managed to put together in this film. So in a Year-End Medley, you'll find Han Ji-min, Lee Dong-wook, Kang Han-woo, Won Jin-ah, Lee Hae-young, and so many others. And they are just so talented. And the thing is, they are incredibly talented people playing incredibly lovable characters. So, and even though this is an ensemble film, so this is an ensemble cast, most characters, they are given enough background to deliver rounded characters that we can honestly relate to and honestly root for, which is very nice. Of course, if you are looking for some in-depth character study or exploration of past trauma, you're not gonna find it here, okay? This is a very cheerful holiday film. You're not gonna find that, in a Year-End Medley, you're not gonna find any stressful antagonist, any overly dramatic plot line, but a Year-End Medley delivers, I think, exactly what it promises. A Year-End Medley is a heartfelt, comforting, and incredibly merry watch that you can share with your loved ones over the New Year's. So make sure to watch it. It's absolutely wonderful. If you have watched it, please let me know in the comments what you thought of the film. The film was really popular when it came out. It came out in 2021. And because of that, TV Inc. decided to re-release the film as, let's say, a mini-series. So it's called A Year-End Medley Extended Version. And it is a 6-episode series that sort of delves deeper into the characters a little bit. I haven't watched it, so I can't say anything. But if you have watched it, please let me know in the comments what you thought and which one you prefer. I think this is also a cool thing to talk about. Meanwhile, New Year Blues is a much more romantic film. So it focuses on the lives of 4 different couples that have to navigate all sorts of problems. And if you think about the problems, they are quite serious for a holiday film. So a New Year Blues, they talk about breakup, abuse, communication struggles, prejudice. So the connections between the couples are fairly loose. So they are all tied up together by, let's say, a common theme. But you sort of watch these stories play parallel to one another, let's say. At the same time that New Year Blues feels a bit sillier than A Year-End Medley, it's also I would say it's also considerably more serious, so to say. It so the narrative not only offers meet cutes and charming proposals, but it also talks about much more complex themes and dynamics. So it talks about language barriers, it talks about physical and emotional abuse, it talks about divorce, but I think most importantly, it talks about prejudice quite a bit. So the narrative shows prejudice as the sneaky little monster it is, as this intrinsic presence in the social fabric that we fail to realize unless it's targeted at us. So prejudice arises in New Year blues when, for example, a very talented disabled athlete is ignored during an interview about his life, and then his life is sensationalized by the media. And in order to follow his dreams, he needs to face people who believe that his disability limit how far he can go and what he can do. Or, for example, you have a couple in which the boyfriend is Korean and the girlfriend is Chinese. And during arguments, it's funny how the Korean boyfriend keeps asking the Chinese girlfriend if that's how Chinese women are. After a couple of instances, after a couple of times that he repeats this, she actually responds to it in a very nice way. So I really liked that scene, to be honest. But he failed to realize that the problem wasn't her nationality. It was his own inability to communicate honestly with her. So I thought it was very funny how it sort of reminds us how we tend to hold on to these stereotypes that are, they're just masked prejudice, isn't it? And it sort of like, it made us look. These themes in New Year blues, they are shown superficially. It's not like, oh my God, let's discuss prejudice. No, they're shown superficially, but they are shown clear enough to, I think, to make us reflect on them, to make us think about our own behavior. So that was a nice thing about this script that I really enjoyed, and I thought it gave the story a little bit more depth. New Year Blues explores different perspectives, and they wrap it all up in this allure of romance. But I think ultimately, New Year Blues is a story about self-discovery, about resilience, and about reconnection with ourselves, but also with others. I think it's a film about how humans can fall and get back up. It's about how humans can recover from our pains, can recover from our traumas, it's a story about how we can grow and improve and change and start again. Which is why I think New Year Blues is such a perfect film for the new year, because it reminds us of the true spirit of New Year. That, a new year is just a new cycle in our lives. And our lives, they are made of different cycles. And these cycles, we can create and recreate these cycles and create and recreate ourselves. All the time. So every day is sort of a new beginning. The stories in New Year Blues, they are always portrayed in a very positive, very bright light. So it's a very uplifting film. The film was directed by Hong Ji-young, who recently directed Love in a Big City, the series, not the film, for TVing. So Hong gives the film this very realistic cinematography, but also very, very warm. And even though her cast is significantly smaller than the cast from A Year-End Medley, is still overflowing with talent. So here you're gonna find Tae Yoo, Kim Kang-woo, Yoo In-ah, Yeon-seok, and so on. Of course, we have the Chinese actress as well, Cheng Du-ling, who is an absolute joy to watch. They are so incredibly charismatic, and they give their characters such strong personalities, and I think they make a difference in this film. I think because the film deals with very intense topics, they are the ones who manage to lighten this heaviness, and actually, you know, they give this uplifting and hopeful atmosphere to the film. But at the same time, they respect the nuances of the circumstances. So I think they did so well. The cast makes such a huge difference in this film, for sure. So New Year Blues is a journey full of sweet and hopeful moments. It is slightly more thought-provoking than a Year-End Medley, but I think ultimately it is a true tale of new beginnings, and inspires us to change ourselves and change our lives in the new year. And if you've been watching When the Phone Rings, like I have, the film offers enough Yeon-seok speaking Spanish to get you through the week, so extra cookie points right there. So A Year-End Medley and New Year Blues, they work very well as a double feature. If you want to start with something sweeter, let's say, I would go for A Year-End Medley first. If you want to start with something slightly more serious, I would go for New Year Blues first. So while Year-End Medley is also set on Christmas, New Year Blues is fully focused on the New Year, so it focuses on the week before the 1st of January. They are both beautifully shot films that exude the cozy and warm atmosphere that we need in this period. I think something that we need to talk about here super quickly is that even though the two films do take advantage of some rom-com romantic tropes, they never allow these cliches to become overbearing or boring. I think on the contrary, the stories resonate and engage because they talk about different kinds of relationships, different kinds of realities. And well, it not only focuses on romance, but it focuses on, you know, the relationships that we have with others, not just romantically, but also the relationship that we have with ourselves. So should you watch A Year-End Medley and New Year Blues? Absolutely, go for it. They are two films that offer heartwarming and meaningful tales that emphasize the beauty of human connection, of personal growth, and of course, new beginnings. So they both offer a very relaxing, very entertaining, and very lovely watch for the end of the year. So make sure to watch them with your loved ones. 100% recommended. So please let me know in the comments if you have watched these films and what you think about them. If you like them, if you don't like them, what do you like about them? Please tell me in the comments also what your favorite Christmas or New Year season films are. I am looking forward to hearing from you. So quick reminder that this review will be available on the Blossom Review tomorrow in article form. Yesterday we posted the complete calendar of Korean and Japanese TV releases for the month of January. So especially the Japanese list is a very long one, so make sure to stop by, choose your favorites. And well, I hope that you have a lovely day today. Make sure to take care of yourself. And well, I hope that 2025 is a fantastic year for all of us. So I hope your 2025 is full of joy, full of happy things, so full of success. And well, take care of yourself. Happy New Year. And I'll see you next Thursday for our first 2025 review. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you like and subscribe. Bye.